born a Democrat. And I have been proud of that fact every day of my life in the last 51 years, but I have never been more proud to be a Democrat than I was last November when the Democratic Party, when this Democratic Party, when you made history in the state of New Hampshire. And what we all need to do now is to keep that energy, keep that fire going, keep that commitment, so that in 2008, we will elect a Democratic president. We will re-elect Governor Lynch and Congressman Hodes and Congresswoman Shea Porter and Speaker Norelli and President Larson and all their great colleagues. And last but not least, we are going to send John Sununu packing. You did it before, you can do it again. I want to take a moment to acknowledge a few people. And first, I want to recognize my two really very outstanding colleagues who just addressed you, Jay and Steve. They're a couple of extraordinarily talented and bright people, and I want to pledge to you right now that while I very much hope and intend to be your nominee, whoever is the Democratic nominee in 2008 will have my wholehearted support, and we are all going to work together to bring this victory home for the people of New Hampshire. Democrats, each of us here in this room, we have been on the right side of history, and we are, therefore, the future. You know, I'd like to pause here for 1 minute to acknowledge the courage of Governor Lynch and this legislature, which, in the best possible way, lived up to that proud tradition of extending rights and dignity to all our citizens this week with the passage and signing of the Civil Unions Bill. Fortunate enough to be your Senate candidate, I pledge to you to continue that proud Democratic legacy I've talked about. It's a tradition of fighting to extend opportunity and hope and respect to more and more members of our country. In our generation, that means a few very critical things. It means first and foremost that we must bring an end to this war in Iraq. Our fighting men and women did their job magnificently, and we owe them our support and we owe them our admiration. But you know what? Now it's time for the politicians to do their job and to bring our troops home now. I pledge to you, as someone who has spent much of my adult life fighting for human rights worldwide, that when I am elected to the United States Senate, I will lead the charge to restore our nation's commitment, our recommitment to our most fundamental values, and it will strengthen us in the process. You know, at the end of the day, this race is not really about John Sununu, and it's certainly not about me. It's really about all of you, and what sort of a country you want to live in, and what sort of a country you want to leave to your children and to your grandchildren. I think the vision of that country is as familiar to all of us as, for me, the words of my favorite patriotic song, America the Beautiful. It talks about spacious skies. It talks about cities undimmed by human tears. And it talks about goodness crowned with brotherhood. I have to tell you, after all these years, these 51 years as a Democrat, it is a vision that stirs me still. I hope that it stirs you. And I pledge to you that if I am your candidate for the United States Senate, I will bring my every effort to taking us a few steps closer to that vision. Thank you, and God bless